Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode on No, but seriously, let me explain. Hosted by the beautiful, intelligent Earth Angel Lala Davi. This podcast was designed to provide detailed business advice, next level resources, personal credit tips, and relatable relationship knowledge. Be sure to bookmark this page and subscribe because we wouldn't want you to miss any valuable content. And if you're struggling with poor credit, don't even worry about it. Just text Help My Credit to 507-400-3426. That's 507-400-3426. We have live agents standing by to cater to all your service requests. And now that that's out the way, let's make room for what the host has to say. Lala Davi, do your thing, girl.
Welcome to No, but seriously, let me explain. This phenomenal podcast series will keep you fully engaged with all the tips and tricks that you need in order to be successful, while also providing you with plenty of flavor. I am your host, Lala Davi, and today we will be speaking directly to my couples. Let's chat a cute second about the power dynamics. How can couples really build something more meaningful in today's era where there are so many fleeting connections? No, but seriously, let me explain. In an era where you constantly see people breaking up and bonds constantly being shattered, you see more meaningful relationships being brought together due to those couples trying to work it out and cultivating some type of deep and understanding of this emotional connection and bond that they have shared by using these shared experiences just to foster a sense of partnership. But the real question is, how can men and women really embrace their natural roles without really compromising their individuality? We all know that men are providers, they're protectors and professors, often operating in a way that is inherently more physical. From the ancient times to the modern era, these roles have really just evolved over the years, yet the essence still remains. Going out and earning the living, metaphorically, slaying the pig and bringing home the bacon for the family. The traditional idea of a man working hard to provide isn't just about money. It's about creating security and stability. His wife is in this dynamic to nurture and support the family by adding this value of what brings the home together by creating an atmosphere of care and comfort. This type of balance is physical, but it's also deeply emotional and psychological. When women constantly ask the question, why isn't my man, proposing yet? Or why am I not married yet? A lot of women still feel the need to question themselves whether or not they're capable of having this loving marriage or even capable of getting a guy to propose to them. And I just want to say that a man will not marry a woman just because she's beautiful. In fact, a man will not marry you just because you look good. Your looks will only bring him to look, but after the looks fade away, he'll just look the other way, especially if there's nothing deeper holding on to his attention. A man will avoid any type of commitment if all women brings is, this drama, or all they have to offer is headaches and heartaches. Instead, he's going to seek a partner who just uplifts him and who's able to make him believe that he's able to build something more meaningful, whether it's a business, it's a family, or if it's a life together. This type of woman inspires him to work harder. And it's not just for the selfish gain, but it's just to ensure that he's the best provider. He's providing a life for his loved ones. What a man truly desires from a woman extends beyond the mere physical attraction. He wants to make sure that there's some type of connection that includes, him having a lover, a best friend, a companion, and a caregiver, and most importantly, a queen. Having this queen-like energy is powerful within itself. When a queen walks into the room, she commands attention from everyone in this room, okay? When you think of this queen, she's walking into this room with grace. She's poised and she's confident, okay? Her presence commands attention from not just the people, but the environment itself. Like this woman, she knows her worth in the kingdom and she doesn't need to flaunt it in any type of way. So her value is going to be speaking in volumes by self-evidence, okay? A woman with queen-like energy, she not only elevates herself, but she also elevates that man beside her, which is her king. A man will find a woman with a nice, pleasant disposition attractive. Like she's really friendly and approachable, yet she's not easy. Like there's a lot of air of mystery about her. Like this intrigues this type of man. Like he's more intrigued to get to know her, break down the intricacies and the details that surround, this type of woman. They can't quite put their finger on it yet. Maybe it's one thing and maybe it's everything, but it really just leaves them thinking a little bit more. Like, this type of woman, she's going to love feeling like a woman. And it's seen in a way how she really speaks and how she really dresses and carries herself, how she smells and the way she eats, the way she tilts her head a little bit when she's thinking, or that playful type of fidget with her earrings and the little slight smile whenever she flirts. Like this woman, she carries herself with poise and grace. She reclaims this calm energy and it's unshakable. Even though there could be great turmoil or strife in her life, she's always going to show her best face. Like she looks after her mind. She looks after her body and her soul. She takes pride in herself and her surroundings. She takes care and she just protects the people around her like a lioness, so to speak. She shows her heart and vulnerability in ways that goes beyond measures. And in doing so, men feel comfortable around her and they feel vulnerable to give that same energy back in return. As a good woman, I am fully understanding of my value, and my value lies in how I can make my man feel. A good woman is a helper, but that help is rooted in understanding that comes from asking the right questions and being able to be this loving, supportive, confident. I show up because I believe in the potential for both of us to unlock the best versions of ourselves through hard work, through dedication, and with no days off. So I'm not here just to make us look a certain way in front of the world, and especially not to make us look foolish in front of the world. I'm here to offer peace. I'm here to offer love, even if sometimes that means holding my man accountable. Accountability is love in its truest form because it shows that I care enough to help him grow. If we're not working to maintain a strong bond, then we're working towards the risk of losing it all. And there's really no middle ground in between that. Our love is not this ordinary love, It's a rare type of love. Like we stand by each other through trials and tribulations and struggles because we understand that love is all about giving and not taking. It's okay to offer the priceless pieces of your heart without the fear of getting hurt. But as a good woman, she's going to make sure that she's able to support her man's goals, his visions, and his purpose. Every man desires this, but in today's world, many, they tend to overlook it. They overlook what they truly need because it might not come in the same package that they expect. Society has often distorted our interest as well as our desires, making us choose and chase after things that look cool rather than what's genuinely fulfilling. A good woman comes with a soft heart and a deep, strong bond of loyalty. So you might experience a few moments here or there of moodiness, moments where she might feel uncertain, or she might feel a certain way because she doesn't want to waste her time. When you have this woman, she's nurturing, she's giving this loving feeling that she brings. And that's not something that's easily found somewhere else. A good woman won't play the guessing game. She'll ask questions because guessing is just too close to gambling, and she won't gamble with her love life. However, you can offer inconsistency to a woman who only wants you for your material possessions, because this type of woman, she's only in it for the gain anyway, and you're already providing that. So those are the conditions in order to continuously keep that type of situationship going. However, when her mind is on loving and building and not just collecting these material possessions, you'll know that you have a good woman. And as a good woman, I know it is emotionally dangerous to invest my heart into a man who only knows how to play games and knows how to manipulate, okay? And that's for anyone. If you want to make a good woman lose interest quickly, keep her guessing about your true intentions. Casual flings might satisfy, in the short term, of course, but a man needs to ask himself this: does she compliment me? Does she compliment me in my next phase of my life? For a man to realize a good woman, he first must know what he's striving for in his own life. Only then can a relationship really blossom where both partners are secure in their masculine and feminine energies, supported by the right circumstances. You will see that you'll find some women are phased into these masculine energies because they have no choice but to become providers. And this is not really by desire, but by necessity. When a woman walks into her masculine energy, it is out of survival and survival mode only. These women, they truly crave beneath the surface to have this masculine presence in their lives so they can finally step into their feminine roles, which is more nurturing and loving and more submissive. A woman, she doesn't really want to lead all the time, especially not her damn household. She don't want to lead that. She'll run a business, yeah, but in the household, a woman doesn't necessarily want to lead and pay all the bills all the time. Every single bill, take care of every single person in that household, do all the chores in that household, cook and clean that in that household, and still maintain a quality appearance of herself, like this baddie type of look, looking good, feeling good about yourself after doing all that type of work, and then still be able to work a job or build your business or whatever you're trying to do. Like, no, a woman is not trying to do that all the time. When she's forced to do so, she will do so. And that creates the imbalance that's hard to shake. And you see that in today's society more so than anything. You see these women stepping into these roles because they have to, because they have kids that are looking up to them to eat every day. They're having, to go out and work 2 or 3 jobs to provide for their family because they don't have any other supportive roles that's there to assist them. They're not receiving any type of government assistance, financial aid, child support, or anything that is providing additional income. So it will take some of the load off of her. that is not happening. So you're seeing more masculine women, you know, speak out or just stay to themselves and, you know, continuously do what they feel is best for their situation. When I'm with my man, he gives me this sense of space just to express myself authentically. And around him, my inner child even feels safe. Like he embraces this quiet mindset. And it really just allows me to forget the stresses of my day-to-days. And a man who can take some of that mental load off of you is the type of man that you would want to keep. When you recognize that you've been, you know, living this life, doing it all on your own, living in your masculine energy, and then this masculine comes around and compliments everything that you thought you once wanted in a marriage, and you see this guy doing all of these things, why not open up and allow your feminine energy to shine? Like, when you recognize that you found a good partner, a partner that you don't have to protect yourself from, of course. Like you don't have to worry about protecting your heart or putting up walls or, you know, having all these different boundaries and, you know, controlling everything because you feel safe. You feel safe with this type of partner. With that kind of partner, there are no doubts and no worries. You simply know it's a go. And that type of situation and that type of relationship just really thrives. The kind that really builds a lifetime. Not only love, but a life worth living together. So we all know your girl loves a good story. Okay, so let me just tell you this story. It relates to this, so don't worry, okay? You know, I gotta fill y'all in on some stuff, on some juice, on the tea. So there was this girl named Marcia. Marcia, she had always been this just pure love and light. Like she was the embodiment of grace and warmth. Like a real loving woman, I should say. Like, and she just really glided through life, you know, showering her boyfriend Devin with affection and care. Like Devin, he really adored her and he'd always promised to give her the world. And for a while, he definitely kept his promise. They lived in this comfortable and cute, cozy apartment. And Marcia, she had the luxury of being a homemaker, something that Devin had always craved and was more than happy to support. She had her time for self-care. She had her trips that she took to the salon regularly. And she even had plenty of energy to just keep their home tidy and their relationship full of joy, of course. Life seemed perfect. But life has always had a way of shifting unexpectedly. Devin's job, which had once paid generously, took a huge pay cut. After a series of company pay cuts, you know, he began to take a loss and it began to hit him hard. No matter how hard he worked, the bills began to pile up and the weight of his financial responsibility just really started to press down on his shoulders. He felt guilty knowing how much Marcia enjoyed her home life, you know, just being able to be a homemaker and, you know, cater to her needs as needed as much as possible. But he had to ask for some help. Marcia, we need to talk, Devin said with, you know, a straight tone one evening after dinner. His voice was very heavy and it was very reluctant as well. Like he didn't want to say it or even bring up, you know, this topic. But he was just like, hey, I can't do this alone anymore. I really need you to go back to work just until we can really just get back on our feet. Marcia, she looked at him for a while. Her heart started sinking, but she really understood. She loved Devin with everything that she had, and there wasn't any question in her mind about whether or not she could support him and continue to, you know, do the things that she normally do. She was like, I'll do whatever we need to do, babe. She replied with this reassuring smile, like so much joy. We'll get through this together. And just like that, Marcia returned to her regular 9-to-5 grind. She found a job in an office tucked away in a tiny cubicle with hours and hours in, just dragging on the workload. And it was monotonous too. It wasn't what she wanted, but it was necessary. And for her and Devin, to really continuously live the life that they were living, she would do anything. So weeks passed by, and she slowly but surely just began to change in a way. Like, there was some changes being shown. Like, that sparkle in Marcia's eyes, it was dulled as the stress of balancing work and home life really took a toll. Marcia, she really didn't have time anymore to really put her energy into pampering herself like she used to. The salon visits and the Christmas treatment, going to have a facial with, the spa baths and the little luxuries that really made her feel feminine and special. Those were the first things to go. And Devin, he noticed it. Marcia's once perfectly styled hair is now, tucked away in a nice loose bun and a ponytail, and her nails are no longer manicured and nice and pretty and, pointy and French tips, whatever she liked. She don't have that anymore. And even her wardrobe. She once had some soft silk elegant pieces that matched really well with her jewelry, her accented pieces, of course. This was all replaced with her practical office attire. And then even on some days, just some sweatpants and a t-shirt just to relax after long days of work. The vibrant yet feminine woman that he'd seemed to know for all this time had been just slipping away. And it's been hidden behind this daily grind of a 9-to-5 job. At home, things look like, they were changing too. Marcia, she once took pride in keeping their apartment spotless and cozy. She found herself too tired after long days at the office. The laundry was piling up. There was dishes in the sink. And the once carefully prepared dinners became quick takeout meals. The weight of work had really taken a toll, and it had really just taken over. And with it being, some type of subtle resentment starting to brew, not really towards Devin, but towards the situation in itself, towards the loss of her old self. Marcia, she really started to feel that. The physical changes were evident too. Sitting at a desk for hours every day without, your usual routines or movement and activity, Marcia, she really began to put on a little weight. Like, it wasn't something that really bothered Devin, who loved her no matter what. But Marcia, she really felt it deeply. She didn't feel like the woman she used to be. Her confidence started to dwindle away, and it showed in every aspect of her life. So one evening, Marcia, she sat on the couch, exhausted from another day at the office. Devin came and he sat beside her. He had noticed how much she's changed and how much she was really sacrificing for them. He reached for her hand and said, "Marcia, I know this has been really tough on you. I miss seeing you happy, and I miss seeing you carefree. I miss us," Devin said softly, his eyes filled with concern. Marcia looked down as the tears started to build up and welled up into her eyes. "I miss me too," she whispered. "I feel like I've lost myself. I don't feel like me anymore." Devin wrapped his arms around her. "We're in this together, remember? We'll figure it out. I don't want you to feel like you have to carry on this burden alone." It was the wake-up call for Marcia, and it was just what she needed. She realized that while life had forced them into a difficult situation, she didn't have to let it consume her. She loved Devin, and she knew he loved her. But she also knew that she had to reclaim a part of herself, her femininity, her confidence, and the woman that she used to be. The next day, Marcia called the salon. It was time for her to take care of herself again, not just for Devin, but for her own sense of self-worth. She made a vow to find a balance, to remember that while work was necessary, her happiness and well-being was just as important. With Devin's support, she really began to just set aside some time for herself, even if it was just a small moment in a day, a little self-care routine, a little bit of exercise, and gradually a return of the things that really made her feel like Marcia again surfaced. Devin continued to support her, not just because he needed to, or not just financially, but emotionally as well. He reminded her every day just of how much he loved her and for her to do the things that she loved doing, not just because that's what she said she wanted to do, but because it made her feel good. Together, they weathered the storm and they fought through it like stronger. They became much stronger for it. And while things were quite, never the same as they were before, they found a new rhythm, and that really just allowed them to navigate life's ups and downs as a team. We have come to a very short commercial break paid for by our lovely sponsors, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this message. Ready to get to the manyan? Ready to get to the manyan? Well, here's some things that you did not know about the banking system. Did you know that every time you deposit money into your bank account, the bank gets to access 10 times that amount in credit? Unbelievable, right? No, but it's true. Let me just break it down to you. For every $1 bill that you deposit into your bank account, the bank will receive $10 in available credit. And for every $100 you deposit, this gives the bank $1,000 in available credit. That means that your hard-earned money is fueling the bank's profit engine, and they're using it to lend out more money, make more investments, and grow their wealth, while you're earning just a fraction of that interest. I would say about 0.06%, to be exact, maybe a little bit less than that. Yeah. Here's where it really gets a little bit interesting. When the bank files a 1099-A form on your behalf every year, which essentially signals the IRS that you're abandoning your deposits, meaning they can continue claiming or continue using your money for their gain. Most people don't know this, and it's like you're just giving away free money at this point, right? But check this out. Here's the kicker for you. You can absolutely reclaim the power and get back 10 times the amount of your deposits by filing the 1099-B form on all your bank deposits. This little known strategy just really flips the script, giving you the opportunity to recoup your money and potentially earn tenfold on what you've already deposited. So think about it. While your money is just sitting in the bank, relaxing, having a pina colada, they're multiplying that by 10. But with the right financial strategy and knowledge, you can do this too. Stay tuned for part 2, where we dive deeper into the secrets of the banking system and how to really take advantage of these hidden opportunities. It's time to stop letting the banks play this game with our money and take control of our financial future. Who's with me and who's ready right now? Let's go.
Yeah, what up, ATL? Look, you ballin', you bad and bougie with bad credit. That's most of y'all. Well, look, man, that's why y'all need to call my people at Exchange Credit Repair. That's right, Exchange Credit Repair will help you squad them inquiries, get rid of them collections, and bankruptcy. They'll even take child support off. I didn't even know they put child support on credit. Woo-wee! and boost your credit score. Let's get that credit score where you want so you can go get what you want. And if you mention Streets 945, you get a 35% discount. Hein? So call my people right now at 678-420-5553. 678-420-5553. Or visit my people at exchangecreditrepair.info. Exchange Credit Repair is a credit counseling business with experienced credit repair experts standing by to assist you right now. When I made this deal with them, I said, look here, you ain't got to pay me for the commercial. Just put my credit score where I want so I can go get what I want. When I went to them, they treated me like family. My privacy was all the way respected. They quick to fight for a client's right with the Bureau of Credit, creditors, and debt collectors. Conveniently located at 1 West Court Square in Decatur. Tell them Shout sent you.
Whenever you're on this journey of love and relationships, finding the right person is transformative. And it's a transformative experience that can really lead to just this profound fulfillment and happiness. While no one is perfect, every individual carries unique qualities that can resonate deeply within another. The essence of a perfect match lies not in flawlessness, but in compatibility, shared values, and mutual respect. So, if you're able to find this loving, smart woman, and when I say smart, she's in search for a life with a partner that's intelligent, and she makes this her priority. Ideally, you'll want someone who's smarter than you, as she'll challenge you to grow, to make better decisions, and to help you see the world from a different perspective. Intelligence goes beyond the books. It's not about just the emotional and social awareness either. You have to make sure that she's an honest woman. And when I say an honest woman, everyone makes mistakes. We understand that. But a strong relationship thrives on honesty. A good partner will tell you when you're wrong and guide you back on track. Studies show that men seek honesty in a long-term partner. And if you found a woman who isn't afraid to speak the truth, she's a keeper. You want to make sure that this woman, she's positive. And when I'm saying positive, it just really means that your partner tends to see the glass half full. And if this is the case, you might have found the one. Optimism in a relationship is contagious. And research really just shows that people who radiate this positivity just contributes to better mental and emotional well-beings. However, when you run across negativity, on the other hand, that becomes extremely toxic over time. Like, no one wants to constantly deal with the headache, screaming to the top of their lungs for no reason, especially when they have a soft tone. Like, that is hard on their nervous system in the long run, and that can cause early death, and not to mention mental anxiety in the long run, and just havoc. And no one wants that. A partner with a positive outlook just helps you, go through life and life's challenges with any type of grace that comes with it. So make sure that she's able to compromise. And when I say compromise, relationships aren't always smooth sailing. We know this. Disagreements will arise, and it's inevitable. Like, no relationship has been up and up and always up, It's a part of getting to know someone and learning them and learning to love through the turmoil and any type of situations that might arise. But the key to a lasting bond is mutual compromise. Commitment is easy when everything is going well, but the true test lies when it comes to things that are rocky. A partner that is willing to make sacrifices and take steps to keep the relationship strong is one who will help build a long-lasting marriage. So make sure this woman is laughing at your jokes, okay? You don't have to be a comedian, but humor really plays a crucial role in any relationship. Men often value a partner who laughs at their jokes, as it reflects a deeper connection and shared sense of fun. Like, if you found someone who you can just laugh with, don't take her for granted. Laughter builds emotional intimacy. So make sure she has an open heart. And when I say an open heart, a partner who's comfortable being vulnerable and open about her feelings makes it easy. Whenever you come across these open-hearted individuals, they're more naturally seen as more attractive because they create this emotional safe space. Like they share this, space without fear. And in return, their presence just really lights up the room. And people want to be around those type of people. Like no one wants to be around someone that's constantly negative all the time and constantly downing themselves. When there's a strong sense of openness, like this can just really deepen your emotional connection and enhance your relationship. So find someone that is supportive of your goals and they're pursuing their own as well. A strong partner is someone who motivates you and pursues her own dreams as well. A woman with her own ambitions will never be dependent on your validation and won't lose. So when you're thinking of marriage and entering into this new realm, when you enter into it with the right partner, it becomes a beautiful partnership where both individuals can grow and support each other through their ups and downs. It is about embracing the quirks and the imperfections and just really understanding that these are things that makes the relationship rich and vibrant. The right person will challenge you, they will inspire you, and they will stand by your side, creating this everlasting bond that is both resilient and nurturing. Recognizing what a perfect match really looks like requires introspection and an understanding of your own desires and needs. It's about finding someone whose strengths really complements your weaknesses and whose dreams align with your own. When you discover that connection or you realize that that type of journey to marriage is not just about love, it's about building a life together marked by shared experiences, laughter, and unwavering support. So when you encounter that special someone who feels like home, don't hesitate. Just embrace the opportunity to build a future together. And remember, love is a beautiful adventure. And with the right person by your side, the possibilities are endless. Take that leap of faith and let your heart guide you towards the happiness that awaits you. Thank you for joining us on this podcast journey. We hope that you have found this information valuable. To our fantastic listeners, your support means the world to us. Share the insights with a friend, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more exciting content. A massive thank you for being a part of No, But Seriously, Let Me Explain. I am your host, Lala Davy, the one with all the sauce, of course. Until next week, stay bold, beautiful, and brilliant. Love ya.